Salutations! Welcome to the conversation. I am your host, the Queen of Shade, and I would like to formally, cordially, gleefully, and joyfully welcome you to One-on-One with the Queen of Shade Season 2. There are going to be a lot of surprises in this season. You're going to see a lot of familiar faces that have been here before, and some new ones. And it's going to be an amazing journey of discovery. Remember, these are not interviews. These are inner views. Let us see what your soul looks like. So pull up a chair and don't forget to comment, like, share, and most of all, subscribe. To follow the show, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Queen of Shade, and you can follow the show there. There's also a podcast version of the show, but that hasn't come all the way out yet. I did a soft launch, but that will be coming out too. Season 1 was absolutely crazy. There are 253 episodes of Season 1. Yes, I was running off of pure adrenaline, pure spirit, pure excitement, and we got that done. So you can expect Season 2 to be just as magnanimous and crazy and explosive. There will be some great conversations that you will be able to take things away from and apply to your natural life. So grab your favorite snacks and come on and sit down and watch. This is good watching. Now, no, it is not all for children. I am an adult, and my guests are adults. So, sweetheart, censor your children, because me and my guests, we will not censor ourselves. I love you so much, and I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy. Now, let's get to the conversation, right? Because that's why we're here, right? Let's get to the conversation. I love you. Mwah.
You fall. The Queen of Shade.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get you, boy. Mister, how's your wife and kids? Do they know you like to handle this? I say, mister, why punish your son? 'Cause his daddy likes my kind of fun. And at night you always call my phone. You're always asking if I'm all alone. And when I tell you that I need your love, you come running just to feel me up. One-on-One with the Queen of Shade presents published international model, actor, recording artist, creative director, and friend to the show, Mike Knowles.
Salutations, Queen of Shade here, coming to you with another special presentation, moving full speed ahead with Season 2, talking to amazing, beautiful people from all over the world has truly been an experience. And being able to have a Season 2 to do this is just an amazing opportunity for me. Having said that, I need you to know this young man that I am bringing to the camera today. I have followed him on social media for a number of years, and what I notice about him is that there is a model second to none. He is an amazing model, storyteller, picture taker. And we're going to talk to him about all the things he does and traveling and all those great things. So I'm really excited about today. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to One on One with the Queen of Shade, Mr. Mike Knowles. First off, Mike, I want to say thank you because when you came on time, I was running around today and the time got away from me, but I'm here and you were so patient. You sat there like, come on, come on, come on, but you didn't. You gave me time and grace, and I want to say thank you for that.
No problem.
You're a man of very few words.
Oh yeah,
I like that. I like that because this goes into what I was saying. I've watched you speak without speaking, if you understand what I'm saying, through your
right.
modeling work, through your photos. For me, you produce some of the most electrifying photos. Like it's just like they always are statements. They're always beautiful. They're in beautiful places. Your body is amazing. So you just always produce, you know how they say a picture is worth 1,000 words? Your pictures are
Yes,
definitely worth 1,000 words. So how are you feeling today?
I feel pretty good. I'm still on the drawing board of my job search of other jobs and stuff. So I'm just staying humble, having a good faith, and I'm always fearless. So I can always jump, take risks. Because every time I jump off a cliff, I always know I got a parachute.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what really, this is so funny to me because I've been meaning to ask you to grace my platform with your presence for 2 years.
Um,
I literally, like, because what happens is when I decided to do this, and I did season one, and then I got the opportunity to do season two, because even this costs money. But I got the opportunity to do season two. You were definitely one of the people I wanted to speak to, but 2 years ago I wanted to. And the crazy thing was, you get busy. I had life happening, different things like that. I forged on with the show, but I wanted it to be special. And the craziest thing is, I actually interviewed, well, it was a conversation, they're not really interviews. I had a conversation with a very dear friend of mine named Imorje Couture in LA. And the craziest, yes, you know Amorje. So get this. The craziest thing is, Amorje, we're both Libras and we're both born on the same day. Yeah. So he
oh
knows
wow.
so he knows how to put things right in my view. So it was so crazy because one night, after we did our conversation, he said, I have the perfect person you need to talk to. And he was like, you have to talk to this person. This person is amazing. Their photo work, they're a model, they do amazing things. He was like, you have to talk to this person. And what I love about Amorje is that Amorje believes in sharing moments and experiences. So I can text him anywhere in the world. And instead of him just replying back, he'll take a photo of where he is. He'll do that so
Mm.
that I am brought into the moment and experiencing what he's experiencing at the same time. I've never had anybody do that before, but Imorje is known for that. So when he said, like, I have someone you need to, talk to, they'd be amazing for your platform. And then he took a picture and it was you sitting next to him on the sofa. And I was like, okay, I need to bite the bullet on this. And then what happens, I'm giving him all the background because I'm just like, so then what happened was I turned around and I said to you the end of last year, I was like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. And I was like, I'm excited about it. I'll get back to you. Honey, Trump took office and
Yeah.
I lost my drive. Like when I tell you, Mike, my drive to work and do this just went out. I was like literally for months, I did not talk to anyone. I literally was just hiding in my house. Now, I have other facets of my business that I do, the monologues and different things like that, promoting other people on my page. I do that. But this is what the fans really enjoy. So I couldn't do this. So I had you in the
Right.
back of my mind because I was like, all right, I told him we're going to do this. I got to do this. We got to do this. So I literally had to get with my doctor, my therapist, my psychiatrist, my grandmother, my nephew, my whole support system. And we had to unpack what the mental block was. And I'm going to tell you, the mental block was I'm an entertainer, as are you. I I couldn't bring myself to entertain because I felt like it was a luxury item. I felt
Right.
I felt like people are being deported, rights are being snatched from women and communities left and right. How dare I come out here and entertain and say, "Hey, my life is great, my life is grand. And by the way, watch me so I can make more money while you suffer." I couldn't do it. I really couldn't bring myself to do it. And it really took a lot of therapy and a lot of conversations because I had to be reminded of why I started this in the first place. Yes, I am an entertainer, but more importantly, I am a light. And being a light means that you shine best in the dark.
That's
And
deep.
yes, my therapist told me that because I was crying and going through it. And she said, wait a minute. She said, wait a minute. You're a light. You shine best in the dark. This is your time. She said, this is your time. And when she said that to me, I was like, okay, I got to get back to work. And then I reached out to you. And here we are. I had to give him the story because it was just so like, it was crazy how the divine and spirit and things just put things together. But you're here at a perfect time, and I'm ready for you now. I'm ready for you. And as they can see, you're a very humble man. You don't say much, but I guarantee you we're going to talk. So tell everybody where you're hailing us from.
Well, I am originally from Atlanta. My family is Bahamas and Sierra Leone. Um, I just came back from Trinidad Carnival. We won Best Band of the Year. Uh, it's called The Lost Tribe, so I'm very happy about that. Um, I'm still forming more platforms on how to collaborate with other people, how to have paid collaborations because sometimes things cost money. And by being an artist, especially an independent one, you have to self invest all the time because you want your work to be out there. If the outside world, even corporate America, won't give you anything. So you have to provide within yourself, just have faith and jump. I've been jumping for almost 20 years doing this. By being an actor, model, and all that, well, a model actually came as another blessing because I used to be 300 pounds once. And I lost all the weight in 2011. But ever since then, I still felt uncomfortable because I had excess skin and all that. So I had two excess skin removal surgeries in my chest and my stomach. And even till then, the photographers were like, it's hard to Photoshop your scars. So I hit up one of my former friends, a tattoo artist. I was in his house for almost 20 hours. Yes. I was crying. I was taking shots. Hopefully that would have numbed the pain because doing a tattoo over keloid scars, that hurt. So when I really got my confidence back and started to build up my muscle and all that stuff, 'cause my body fluctuates. So between 180 and 190, I'm fine. And I just want to promote me as a plus size to like a thick male model because I know I'm not the tallest guy. I know I don't have the best body. I know I don't have the right look for everything. But I bet you when you look at my pictures, not everybody can do my looks. So sometimes I tell artists that stop trying to be like other people because you're an original and nobody can be you. So I try to tell that to myself every time that I create something. I was like, and sometimes I just go off the whim. I just create something. I hire a photographer, a videographer, and I just pray to God that it turns out the way I envisioned. And sometimes when it comes out right, I just cry on the spot because I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. And that's the thrill about us artists, especially you, Queen. It's like some of us artists, we don't know what's going to happen. And sometimes it's a thrill to be in the unknown, to where our life as an artist is like one big improv. Sometimes things are planned out, sometimes it's spontaneity. You have to go off of a whim. You know, like I will be going back to LA to do a editorial shoot. I don't know how I'm going to get the money. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It was just off of a whim, but damn it, it's going to happen. You know, and by being fearless, us artists, we have to learn how to fail forward. And there are times where we do fail, and people are afraid to fail, which gives them no growth to learn, to adjust, to adapt, and to be better. Because everything that you do within the artistry, from modeling, acting, dancing, even doing podcasts and interviewing other artists, that takes skill. It takes people skills, learn how to talk to people. Everything is a gift, everything is a talent to actually bring forth what you are as a person. And like you said, you are a light, and the rest of us, we need to embark on our light because even in the darkest times, we shine the brightest, like you said. And I suffer from depression some of the time. So when people see my work, they think, "Oh, he's rich. He on top. He doing." One time I did a photo shoot, and afterwards I just started crying because I had negative $300 in my account. I spent everything I had just to get to this point, to get this shoot done. So it's like when I tell people, it's like, it's not always glitz and glamour. People are just allured to the outcome of what we artists bring forth to the table when we post and all that stuff. But it's really a hardship. It's a struggle. You know, like behind every smile, I'm crying, you know? And there are times where I've done projects where I was not happy, but I knew I had to execute this. And when I work with photographers and all that stuff, I look at their content and what can I do to make my pictures different? Because I'm Mike Knowles, the stunt model. I do the most outlandish poses. I do the most creative, artistic things that you probably have never even thought about. And I climb shit. I do everything, you know, just to get the best shot. And sometimes you have to do that to make yourself an original. Because that's the fight for some of us artists, because we know we're original, but within corporate America and people who are somewhat made it, they want to say, well, what's so special about you? You're like everybody else. Like, yeah, you're a model. Yeah, you're attractive. Yeah, you have a nice body, but there are other models, male models out there who are just like you. What makes you different? What's so special about you? I say, look at my page. Go to @Knowles782. Because some of these models, my portfolio outweighs theirs. And not being arrogant, I'm confident and I can back my shit up. You know? So when I tell people, like, look, I am a humble artist. I am. I'm still struggling. I'm not afraid or ashamed to say that. But when I actually create, when I promote, be brand ambassadors for types of designer clothes, underwear, etc., I give 2,000% heat and execution. I can be sick. I can be starving. And that's nothing about me. I don't eat before a photo shoot. So the tactics about being a model, it comes hard work. And I tell people, just because you're handsome, just because you're pretty or a nice body, that doesn't automatically make you a model. It doesn't. It does not automatically make you a model. A pretty mannequin, maybe. And there are some people out there who just want a mannequin. But being a model, you have to be able to be ugly in certain times. Like with me, I do concepts that brings forth truth instead of beauty all the time. Like for Black History Month, I did slavery type of photo shoots where I had whips on my back. I was hung from a tree. I did makeup to make me look burnt and all that stuff. So by being an international model, you have to be a model of everything that surrounds you, as well as the different trials and tribulations of the world. It's not always about being pretty. You know, example, some people won Oscars when they were at their ugliest. Charlize Theron for Monster, Halle Berry for Monsters Ball, Nicole Kidman for The Hours, Lupita Nyong'o, 12 Years a Slave, etc. All these people had to go deep within themselves and they weren't afraid to disguise their beauty. And all of them, men and women, were beautiful, but they had to bring it down. Heath Ledger, may he rest in peace. He had to go deep within himself to become the Joker. Same thing for Joaquin Phoenix. He lost over 90 pounds and become skeleton-like just to embody the actual story of the Joker. And I'm a movie buff, so I'll go by examples of movies. But it's just, you have to be able to embellish within yourself to where you don't have to look pretty all the time. You can do that at certain agencies. That's right, I said it. I'm an independent artist, so I have free will to do whatever the hell I want. But sometimes when you are an artist, you do have to realize that not everything can come easily. Not all things can come easy. And by being artists like us, for everybody who is watching, it's hard. And this is not Mike Knowles the model. I'm just Mike right now. I'm a bookworm. I read books. I go to the museums and all that stuff. But when they see me on social media, it's like I'm their Sasha Fierce. So when they see me in person, they're like, "Oh, you're not like your social media." Like, no, I'm not. That's my character. But this is really me. If you want to get to know me, this is what you're going to like. This is who you want to know. You know, and I'm blessed that Emorje connected me with you. I've watched plenty of artists on your platform that expressed their stories on how they became what they were and what they are now. And he's a great friend of mine, and God bless him, because he taught me a lot of things too about being an artist, especially being an artist in LA. You know, and I'm trying to get out there to LA to see what I can do, and I know I'm going to be spectacular. And that's another thing. Like, you gotta put that stamp on yourself. Like, you're gonna be spectacular. There's some rainy days. You may have no money, you know, because sometimes our dreams can be bigger than our bank accounts. And what I do is, Queen, is that I confirm stuff ahead of time, knowing I don't have the money for it, nor the time, nor the availability, or nothing like that. I confirm it like a month ahead. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it's already confirmed. Everybody wants to see me. Everybody's excited to see me. Like, I know they have questions where I can give them advice on how to be a model 1-on-1 and all that stuff. So that's my motivation to keep me going. I know I don't have the money, but I'm going to find a way legally. But and sometimes it's about that grind, baby. It's about that grind. It's a thrill. It's like a fire in the blood for us artists because it's like we're magic and everybody else are just muggles, you know? Because being in the mind of an artist, if you're not an artist yourself, you will never understand. It's cute that you'll try to understand, but you really just one ear out the other. I'm just talking to a brick wall here, like I'm trying to express myself to you, and you're just like just staring at me blank face, wishing that I would just shut up. But when we artists talk together, it's like a fire within us, and we spread it within ourselves to where we can be motivated to amp each other up. And sometimes it's not a crime to put shine on other artists. That doesn't mean it's going to dim your light even more. No, it gives you even more light because you know you're good. But today, let me shout out this person. Let me shout out that person. And to Morjay, I'm shouting you out right now because your designs, your fashion statements, and my boy Claxton too. I hope he's watching. They're like my two fashion gurus in LA. So I learned from them on how to dress, especially within the world of LA. Because every state I visit is another form of style, another atmosphere, another you can smell it in the air. Like there are parts of LA to where it feels like old Hollywood back in the 70s with the convertibles and the bell bottoms and the fros and all this stuff and the big glasses. It's just it's a different it's a different mood. And those two were the ones who introduced me to the world of LA. Because I just came as a Caribbean Southern boy thinking that I was going to do this. They'd be like, no, put that on. Put that on. Put that on. No, throw that in the trash. No, burn it. No, I want to see you burn it. Burn it now. Wear this, wear that with some shades. And I was like, damn, okay. And that opened me even more on how to dress, even with my photo shoots as being a model, you know? So for LA, New York, London, Milan, Bali, Dubai, Egypt, I create content that pays a tribute to the state or country that I'm in. That's what I do. And by collaborating with other models, if they are less experienced than me, I'm not going to show that I'm more experienced than them. This is a team effort. Before we start shooting, I'm going to tell you how to pose, how to look, how to dress, since I know now, the different angles, the lighting. And when you see the pictures, we're both equal, you know? So, oh yeah, I talk.
You're trying to make me cry. Because you just described the life of every artist. Every artist that is worth their salt. These people have no idea.
They don't.
They have no idea, Mike. And I'm just so humbled and grateful to have you come to my platform and tell them, because they see us and they don't understand the levels that we have to go to give them the finished product.
Yeah.
They don't understand, like you said, with the Lupitas and the Holly Berrys and all these people that won the Oscars for being ugly. They don't understand how we have to transform and literally flip ourselves inside out to give them what they want.
Yes.
I tell people all the time, you know the queen, but I don't look like this regularly. I don't speak like this regularly. There are nuances of me because I am an educated man, black man. But this is not me. I was blessed to have the sense enough to see some things forming in my life and to reach out and grab them. I crafted the absolute best role I could ever play in my life.
Mhm.
And that's what this is. I tell people all the time, because sometimes, people will say, oh, well, is that a filter? Or, oh, is this? Or what is that? And I have to remind them, this bitch does not exist, right? She can look however I want her to look, whenever I want her to look, because she is mine. I can do with her what I will, or I can turn down what I want, because no one crafted this but me. My friend, I have a dear friend in Paris, because I know what you mean. And that's another thing I wanted to shed light on. You don't just go to Miami. You leave the country and you voyage all over to create these images that are going to last a lifetime. And for you to be able to come to the platform today and give us the real and the raw, if anyone watching this does not respect you more, they're not living. They're not alive.
Don't make me cry. Don't come on, do that. Don't do that.
No, because get this. The risk is so much greater than the reward. I remember back in
Well,
2003, when I started, New York wouldn't give me the time of day. Do you hear me? The time of day. I was this 5'11", skinny black boy with a very effeminate manner and voice, but I could take a mean picture.
mhm.
And when I took the picture, you didn't see femininity. You saw, this house has been in my family for generations. You saw class. You saw wealth. You saw, like my friend who is gone today, he's one of my favorite photographers, he always will be, Joseph Blue out of New York, from the box photo. He always said, your old money, it doesn't matter where you were born. When you image yourself, it's old money. And I think about how I met him and other people, Ernest Collins, who is also gone, whom I met in Paris. Those photographers that were so influential in capturing me and giving me my voice through photo, I felt like they were taking a risk on me. But they always said to me, no, no, no. We're doing this because this is your story. And we want to be a part of your story, because they kept trying to get me to realize back then in '03, I went to Paris in '05, had 50 cents in my pocket and 3 suitcases. That's it.
Mhm.
My friends paid for a one-way ticket to France from high school, my high school friends. And I moved in with a man that I met online. I didn't know anything about him. He was gorgeous. He was French. He was in Paris. I took so many risks to get there. And the crazy thing is, when I got there, my presence, who I was, translated in a way that he didn't dare take advantage of me. He said, because one day this is going to turn around for you. I did not know that my one day would be from 2005 to 2025. I didn't know it was going to take that long. I didn't know that there were so many things that I needed to learn for myself, not the agent, not the booker, not the casting director, not any of those people. I needed to learn my business inside and out. And the divine put me in the bottom of the barrel. He put me
Mm.
there. And I had to claw my way to the top. And I did that without ever having to step on the back or the face of anyone else. I was able to carve my lane. And this, oh God, these 20 years, they've been the hardest I've ever had. I'm 42. I've seen the worst of this industry. And I've turned down so much to avoid the worst of this industry.
Right.
I was forced to go it alone because I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing to quote unquote get ahead. And 20 years later, I'm still here. I don't know where any of those wonderful people that I met whom were telling me, you need to come to New York and you need to sacrifice like we're sacrificing. It's for your career. They're nowhere to be found. And I have a trademark name, a huge global following, and own everything I do. And I must admit, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted a piece. I just
Mm.
wanted my piece to get in, have my quote unquote dream, and get out. But there is no getting out once you do it that way.
Right.
Your career then becomes a lot of favors and blood money. What are you willing to sacrifice for what you want? And one thing that I have seen that the industry doesn't talk about, we always talk about the women. We always talk about this is a woman's, career and profession. But there are so many young men whom are being taken advantage of in the name of getting ahead. And I've been hearing the horror stories since I was 19 years old. And it always frustrated me because I was not the type of person to say, well, that's your lot. I wanted to do something about it. And in many cases, I was not able to do something about what my friends were going through. The only thing I was able to do was shield myself and put the oxygen mask on me and say, I'm gonna last. I'm gonna outlast this. I'm gonna outlast this. My story is one that I just outlasted everyone else. Those photographers are no more. Those casting directors are no more. Those bookers are no more. All of them are gone. They're older now. When I was 19, they were much, much older than me. And now I sit here and I'm a wealth of information. And I teach others how to utilize that information that I have learned. But there's one thing I look for in all models, singers, actors, dancers: the initiative. You've got to be willing to take the initiative on your own behalf. And when you do that, they don't understand. When you do that, you ostracize yourself in the community of entertainment, because
Yeah.
the last thing that this industry wants you to do is think for yourself.
Yep.
They want you to do, they want you to go, they want you to be whatever they tell you to be. And I like how you said, I'm the stunt model. I will go the furthest for the shot. That established your brand and your uniqueness. That established, listen, there are some models that, no, they would never be able to stand in your light, because you literally, like you said, you understand the nuts and the bolts of the thing. And it's so funny to me, because when I think of it that way, as hard as you say it may be, as trying and financially outputting as it may be, you're doing exactly what the universe wants you to do.
Yeah.
I'm not a multimillionaire yet.
I love that. Yet.
Yeah, I know it's going to happen, but I don't know when. I don't know when. My lawyers, my accountants, my business managers, I'm the business manager, but all these people that I have in place now, whom lent their efforts to my organization
Mm.
before I could pay them.
Right.
They had to see something in me. They did that before I could pay them. And now it's 13, 14 years we've been together, and I was able to then pay them for their services. But that took time.
Yes.
That took time. I'm not out here booking. I'm not out here modeling. I'm not out here, casting. I'm not out here doing any of the things the other girls are trying to do.
Mm.
But I'm making it. Sometimes, I was just saying to my grandmother the other day, sometimes my negative self-talk always wants to say, you're not valuable enough. You're not valuable enough. You're disrespected because you're not valuable enough. And that negative self-talk is so wrong. Excuse me. It's so wrong, because when you really look at the business, I'm more valuable than most. I do everything myself. Every graphic, every look. I have style. Nobody set and storyboarded this look. I did that. And today was such a hectic day, I pulled this together in 5 minutes. I went to my treasure trunk and trove of artistic idea and said, okay, we're going to do this. And like you said, sometimes it doesn't work. It doesn't work. People see this finished product and they don't know what goes into it. This is a necklace. I've been wearing it all season. I looked at it and I said, okay, you are an oracle. You're a shaman. I wanted the crown like the Orishas. So I broke the back of the necklace, put it on my head, and it's been there the entire season. There is no right way to do this career. There's no right way. But guess what? There's definitely a wrong way.
There is.
There is. There is.
Because with most of us artists, sometimes it's the logistics of it all. And it's like, that's why us artists needs to more promote behind the scenes and not always have to promote the finished product. Like some of my photos, some people thought that I was AI. And I was like, no, don't insult me. I made those looks. So from now on, I have a recorder and it's recording me make these things. The outfits, I sew, I body paint myself, so when people bring forth those questions, nah, here's my evidence. It is kind of like a compliment that they think is AI, but it's really me. And then I tell people sometimes on set, you have to carry all of your looks. I don't have an assistant. So I have a made up cart. There was one shoot, I did 10 looks. And I was hauling it. Like when I was in France, I was hauling it on the cobblestone streets. People were looking at me. It started to rain. The photographer gave me an umbrella. They were like, do you think we should cancel? Like, no, we're going to get this done. So there were times where I actually changed in public. The photographer put a towel around me like, no, let's get this done. And that's another thing about location shoots. If you're doing multiple looks, you're going to have to quickly change in public. And then I learned how to do makeup when I did stagecraft in college. So I had like my little short stone mirror. I propped it, put my foundation on. If I needed to put on dramatic makeup for a look, I didn't have no assistant. And sometimes when you have to do things off the rip, when some looks don't work, there are times where you have to think outside the box at that moment. There were plenty of times where it didn't really work. It was raining. It was too hot. It was snowing. You have to be adaptable to the elements. And to be a model of strong staff, you have to embark all the elements. If it's raining, I tell the photographer, you bundle up. You put an umbrella over you and that camera. Don't worry about me. I'm going to get this shit done. You just shoot the photo. Don't worry about me. If I get sick, I'll drink tea later. But right now, I want to get this shot. Because it was raining in France one time. And in my mind, I'm thinking the musical Les Miserables. Like I was just walking the streets of Italy and France. I was just like I was a beggar. I was this, I was that. So let me just pretend like I'm just a rundown fashion model. And I just put all the drapes on me. I don't care if the clothes get wet. and it turned out great. You know, um, and within this world of uh, modeling, dancing, acting, whatever, it's just your skin has to become thick. This ain't for the weak. It's not. I've had thousands of no's because I wasn't tall enough because I'm only 6 feet. They want models who are 6'2" and up. I'm like, damn it, put damn platform shoes on me. There you go. Which, yeah. One fashion show I was in France. An actual designer said, Michael, you're too big. So she stripped me down and gave the clothes to a skinnier model right before the show started. I still got paid though, but I'm like, okay, well, this is still my fee. Even though I was walking with other designers, but that kind of hurt me. That was like 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. But as you learn, I know, like I said before, I know I'm not the perfect size. I represent the big boys. I'm a thick guy. Like these football legs, and people have seen my pictures, I got big legs. They're not going anywhere. That's after doing football and lifting up ballerinas. You know, because I have my own slogan, I represent the tree trunk boys. You know, but
we love a tree trunk, honey.
And what I want to compliment you is that beauty comes in every form. Beauty comes in everything. It doesn't matter what race, religion, orientation, gender, it doesn't matter. If you have the gift of art, you're already magic. And sometimes we need to appreciate that with one another. Like, I will collaborate with anybody. Because sometimes us artists, we all we've got. We're a family. Not all artists see it that way. They just see it as a competition. But I don't have time to look left and right. I'm staying in my own lane. And some of y'all curve into my lane because you're trying to distract me because I'm trying to get to that finish line. You know? And sometimes when I tell people, don't gloat too much. Be humble about it. Yes, you're good. Own it. Yes, of course, own it. But don't get a big head about it. Never get a big head about it. Because there's always somebody out there who's just like you and even better. And that's just the fact of life. There's somebody out there who is just like me. Somewhere all over the world. But you know what though? I know I'm not the best, but damn it, I'm one of them. Because if I can collaborate with you, you'll learn something from me, and I'll learn something from you. And that's another thing that we artists need to do. Sometimes it doesn't matter who's the most experienced, because every day there's something new to learn. I'm still taking acting classes, and I'm a 3-time award winner for Best Actor. But I know every day there's something that I do not know. Like with me, I'm more into dramatics. I know how to cry. I know how to get ugly and all that stuff. But what I'm learning how to do is be funny. Because I always be serious all the time. Because everybody be like, I've never seen you smile. And that's another thing about me. People have asked me for years, you look better when you smile. Like, you need to smile. But sometimes I tell people, do you want to know why I'm not smiling? Do you want to know what's behind this mask of me trying to smile in public? Do you really want to know? And sometimes, even with my artist friends, we know that about each other. Because me being a Scorpio, I'm an automatic empath. I can feel everything. But it's a certain type of connection where I can tell from another artist, like, you're sad. I can tell in your eyes that you're sad. What's wrong? People have noticed, because I have big bedroom eyes, people can tell, like, Michael, something's wrong. Even when I broadcast stuff and do pictures or when I just do video and stuff, they can tell by my eyes. My eyes never lie. They always give me away. Like, you have not been sleeping. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. But I went a whole week without sleeping one time. I did three, 4 plays that did not pay me. I was homeless for 2 years straight. I ate out of garbage cans because I couldn't afford food. I stayed outside of an outdoor storage unit infested with ants and roaches. All I could afford was peanut butter. The only thing was my friend worked at the gym nearby and I was able to shower and all that stuff. But when it came down to dark, I went back in that storage unit and got all sweaty again. And it was during the summer. So sometimes when I tell people, like, yes, I know I'm not smiling. I'm not happy. And sometimes us artists need to come to a point in our lives where we just have to admit that to ourselves. There are certain moments during the journey we are not happy. Yes, you see us on social media smiling and all that stuff, but that's just to entertain y'all. But we got to be warriors within our own selves. Like, damn, I got a battle inside of me. And it's hard just to get out of that rut. And when you're within a certain platform where you just have to be on all the time, it's draining. Times where I'm at functions where I'm just standing there and I'm just blank. It's like I just astral projected myself to a whole nother world and my vessel is just standing there. And sometimes being an artist, it's not really happy all the time. Hell, celebrities now, they got all the money in the damn world, but they're not happy. That's just what I'd like to find out. I know it won't bring happiness. It will bring satisfaction. And sometimes by me being an artist, most of us have done it, and maybe you, we are content of not being happy, just satisfied. If things get done, okay, I got enough power to go through the next day. But there are times where you are not happy. We are not happy at all. Like, we're not happy. There we go. We're not. To be honest, I'm not happy now.
And it's okay.
And it's okay to tell people, like, I'm not okay right now. I'm not okay. But I will be. And sometimes when people tell you, like, are you okay? I'm like, no, but I will be. That's bringing honest truth and bringing a humbleness of yourself that you are human. We may be magic. We are stars of the skies. We are stars. You know, we have an imagination where we can just hold our hand up and you can see magic come out of our hands. But sometimes we got to understand that we're only human.
Yeah.
Nothing more than just human who just happen to have magical gifts.
Yeah.
We bleed like everybody else. And sometimes it's hard being Superman, Superwoman all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Where the most smallest thing in the world can be our kryptonite. You know, I can dream all night. But at times when bank accounts don't add up, the funds don't add up, the support system doesn't add up, that's our kryptonite. It makes us weak. Not mentally or spiritually, no, just physically. Because we have to grind. And some of us artists never had to grind. There are people who were born into this. They had parents who were born into this. And that's the fact of life. We got to deal with the cards that already been dealt to us. Sometimes your hand is shitty one day. Some days, okay, I got a royal flush. Nice. The next week, you can go right back to a sloppy hand. You know? And life, in my mind, life is like spades. No matter how many books you get, there are some moments where you have to renege. There's some times where you have to back out and say, like, I'm tired. I don't have the money. My support system don't love me anymore. And I've had people in my life in the past months, they just took their love and left.
Mm. You know, I'm going to tell you something I usually don't, but I want to illustrate because this conversation is so beautiful. Yesterday morning, I'm actually very, very hoarse right now, and I'm going to tell you why. This is why I was late and trying to get myself together. Yesterday morning, I got some great news. Because I make music, my producer got signed to a production and distribution deal. She's amazing. She's a great artist herself. I was celebrating her. I was so happy. I called. After that, I went to take and do stuff for my family. And my family wasn't being negative because there's only a few of us. I don't talk to the rest of my family. I'm estranged. Wasn't being negative, but I didn't like the response that I was getting when I wanted to celebrate my sister and my friend. And I don't know, like being happy for her was one thing, but I have had to grind for 22 years of my life. And what I don't appreciate is that about 12 years ago, I got an investor. They came to me. They funded my career. It's the only reason I'm sitting here. I'm very vocal about it. But what caused me to flip out yesterday was because people want to say, oh, you had someone taking care of you, so it was easy street for you. Oh, you had it, you had support. And they want to take away from your accomplishments. They want to take away from what you actually do.
Right.
And I flipped out because I had a moment where I like lost my mind. I said, I don't want to be taken care of anymore. I don't know if men out, because I meet a lot of men where they want you to take care of them. I've never been one of those type of men. I've always wanted it in my hands so I could control it, so I could do with it what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
And my financier did that. But because as a man, I wasn't seeing the kind of returns and dividends that I felt I deserved, the whole lot was bad. The whole lot was wrong. I must have messed up. And I freaking flipped out and caused a scene in my house. And my family's looking at me, be irate. And they're like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, because I'm tired of having someone else have to feed me. Everyone sees me on social media and, oh, she's so powerful. She's so this, she's so that. That I am. I have my own company. No, it ain't easy to run this company. I have trademark money, copyright money, bills for the business, website but money. I have that on a regular basis. But I don't have drinks money. I don't have let's go to the movies money. I don't have let's have a social life and enjoy it. I don't have that. I don't have that.
Right.
In my career, I've had to sacrifice so much. And then when people look at me and say, oh, well, you had support. It's like, do you know? I had to take that money and I had to sit and think outside the box and create this career. Yes, it would have been harder without the money, but I only got the money 10 years ago. I've been in this business for 22 years. So you didn't see all those years where I was homeless, sleeping on people's couches, trying not to commit suicide. You didn't see, my medical withdrawal from college and the embarrassment of being the one that everyone expected to do well and being given a shitty hand. You didn't see the years that I battled with mental illness. I'm very, very acquainted with manic depression, acute anxiety disorder, and PTSD. I live with this every day. And like you said, some days are better than others. And I actually have more bad days than I do good. But yet and still, I meet this face. I select the outfit. Somebody's got to pay for it. And I come and I do my job. Because for me, it's no longer fun anymore. This is business to me. And I'm so front loaded in this deal that I can't pull out. I can't stop. There's no provision here. If I stop, we lose everything that we've built. I am forced to keep going, not even knowing where this is going to end up. And that's scary. I'm at a place where the family that supports me, they're over 70. If they go at any moment, bam, back to being homeless. And these are the things I don't get to discuss. But yet and still, I hear through the grapevine all this jealousy and hatred and envy for who I am and what I have. And the fact that I will tell you I walked through the fire, this, that, and the other. And now I have these things in place. I say that now because I didn't always have them. What you have done today is you have inspired us. It's not easy to be who you are and do what you do. But get this, I learned something during my time. It's not a dream for you anymore. It's a reality. And you put in the work each and every single day. That's not a dream. That's a goal. That's a reality. I stopped dreaming a long time ago.
Yeah.
Dreaming a real long time ago. And what people have to understand is that happens when you become a professional.
Yeah.
So when you're an amateur, you can have fun. But when your life depends on this,
That's the difference people need to understand when it comes to being an artist. I tell people, don't abuse the title. Because people who are doing this professionally, like yourself and me, this is our life. We live it, we breathe it, we eat it, we fuck it. You know what I mean? Just being real. And then sometimes when people say they're this, they're that, they're this, they're that, I don't see nothing pertaining to that title you so happen to have. You're a model, but I don't see no professional photos of you. You just showing your ass all over Instagram. You have a few cute photos, but they're not quality. You're saying you're an actor. I have not seen nothing of you in a film or a play or nothing. Singing, not in the bathroom. Did you record something? Are you good? I say it this way. When people tell me when it comes to certain stuff, especially acting, they like to gloat about their certain accomplishments. I say this. Did you win an Oscar yet? Did you win a Golden Globe, a SAG Award, an Emmy, a Tony? Then shut the fuck up. Yes. Bravo. You got screen time. But some of these projects out here that you see, they do not uphold what an actor is. It's just a phase now. Because at this point in generation and time, it's sad that some of the most stupidest shit can get the most views. You know, like some of the most stupidest shit can get the most views. And people like us who bring forth something that's very impactful within the world only get a few. Not that we're looking for the likes and all that stuff and validation. No. But it's good to be appreciated that we put work in this. Like we put work in what we do as artists. So don't ever abuse our title. I say I am a model. I am an actor. I am a singer. I am a dancer. You can go on my page. It can back me up. And sometimes when we bring forth our dreams to people who are not artists, they like to take the piss out of it. Like you can be, it's like you can be so happy. You can be so happy. And you want to, oh no, there we go. It's like you can be so happy to announce your accomplishments. Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But that one person likes to shower you with reality. You already know that. But can you just let me have my moment?
mm-hmm.
Like the first time I went to London, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to London. Oh my God. I went when I was 30. I made a promise myself every year that I'd get older from 30 on out, I'm going to go overseas. And this year is Thailand. And watch out for those photos. You know, but you have to embark a promise within yourself as an artist. Make that vow within yourself. Make a blood oath of yourself. It's kind of like prick yourself and say, you know what? I promise myself there will be hard times, but I will not give up. Even when I think that I just need to give up, where time's just so damn hard that I just have to just stop. We can't. We artists, we can't stop. It's like I told my mother, she's she's a non-artist, but I love her. She tries to support me in every which way. But Mama, you're cute. I love you, but you don't understand. Yes, I know. Yes, I know all of the reality. I know. I know. Can you just let me be in the moment? Ugh. And then sometimes you already know the hardships of what you have to endure. You're looking at the battle of what you have to do. But damn it, in this moment right now, let me just be in the moment. Let me just be in this world of fantasy. You know what I mean? Let me just imagine myself just on a plane to Paris, and I just automatically just get on the Vespa, have my baguettes, my beret, my leather jacket, and just cruise by the Eiffel Tower. Let me just have that moment in my mind. I know about the flights. I know about the lodging. I know about the food. I know about learning the French. I know that. But damn it, let me just be in the moment. And that's the thing about us artists. We're around people who do not want to support us at all. And the people who we do love the most, they really don't support us at all.
You know what? Like you said, it's so funny that you said that. And it's not funny. It's very spiritual and serendipitous because you said blood oath. Make a blood oath with yourself that you are
Yeah.
not going to quit. All these years in therapy and things like that, before I go to see my doctors, when I see my psychiatrist every couple of months, I have to give blood to check the levels of my medication, to check and make sure my kidneys are working right, all of these things. I've had to be, and I hate needles. I hate needles. My mother and father were drug addicts. They didn't raise me, they abandoned me. But I got to see them doing drugs when I was young, and it traumatized me. I hate needles. But I have literally had to watch needles go in my arm and draw the life force out of me since I was 19 years old.
Mm.
I have bled for what I want. And so have you. And I want to tell you something that helped me, because you already said it. I am determined that if I am 70 years old, sitting on this screen with white hair and this crown, I'm going to be here. I'll be right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to do the things that are passions in my heart. These conversations, everything to me. Everything. Because we don't get to interact with each other because we're so busy in the business of the game. We see each other in passing. We give you a like. We give you a thumbs up. We comment. But then we whisk off into our own world trying to make our shit happen.
Exactly.
So the fact that we get to come together, this feeds me more than anything. My soul. And I am determined that it doesn't take me, I don't care how long it takes me, until my last breath. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
That is my life. Period.
Exactly. Because you, sometimes when it comes to the magic within us, from the get go, we already know that we're special. I tell people you have to train yourself. Yes, it's a natural talent. I remember one of my acting professors in college told me, like, you're a great actor, but it's raw. It needs to be trained. It needs to be perfected. It needs to be manicured so it can morph you into something better. And that's the thing about us artists. Constructive criticism is not a whip to the back. And sometimes we need to have the power to differentiate of criticism, shade, or you just being evil. Like if we're doing a movie or something, and I know you, Queen, and you tell me what to do, I take it to the head, not the heart, because I know you love me and you want me to do better, you know? But an artist should not criticize another artist. Never. That's a big no-no.
Mm.
Artists do not criticize other artists. Like one time, an artist criticized my acting reel, but I felt within his gut, you can't do a lick of what I can do. So at the bottom of your core, you were jealous. And you were just throwing shade at me, trying to bring down my light. Because sometimes, even in our natural form, we're acting right now. But it's me. This is Michael Knowles. Mike Knowles, yeah. But Michael Knowles, this is just me. You know? And it's kind of like being on stage and another artist or another actor tells me what to do. Like, why did I do that? I'm like, fuck you. Because you did your homework on your character. I did homework on my character. And if I felt within that moment that I had to make a certain choice to amplify my character so where your character can grow throughout the duration of the play or even a film, I made that choice. And another thing, if the director didn't say nothing to me, shut the fuck up and do your job.
I second that.
Because you want to feed me nothing at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing about when it comes to artistry as a whole of all of us. When there are collaborations, we have to feed off of each other. It's like a magnetic pull. It's like I'm alluring you to bring out something so that I can feed off of it to make me be even more powerful. It's not draining each other. It's just a kismic connection. That's why it's funny how we're attracted to each other. Because we live in the same boat. And the passion that we have, and when we talk about it, it's like an aphrodisiac. It turns us on. It fills us up. It's like fire that comes within our body, and it's just like it's like we are illuminating. It's like it's a feeling to where you just look yourself in the mirror and like you are glowing. It's like when you see other artists at their craft, like you go into New York on Broadway and you see The Lion King, and it gives you chills. You go to Fox Theater, you see different plays. You go see Alvin Ailey, you see them dance, you get chills because they're living within the passion that you do. They are you. Yes, they're on that stage, but it gives a sense of hope to where sometimes we will be on that stage. there have been plenty of times where I imagine myself as playing Simba on Broadway or being a principal dancer for Alvin Ailey, you know? And I embark that within my pictures. Like when I do my dramatic poses and all that stuff, I'm acting, I'm dancing. When I do a dance, I hold the pose to let people know I am a dancer. African contemporary all the way. I can't do ballet because my feet are flat as hell. Like my nickname in rehearsals was Pancake. I was like, damn, because I cannot point my feet to save my damn life. But African contemporary, I'm a beast. I like being wild, but I'm learning how to bring it down a little bit. Because sometimes, have you seen Black Swan?
Yes.
The only competition is ourselves. And sometimes when we get distracted, it will lead to our demise. To the point at the end, she ended up killing herself. I'm sorry, guys, if y'all haven't seen a spoiler alert. But it's like, yes, you have the technique. And this is for all genres within artistry. Yes, you have the technique. Yes, you get everything right. Your poses, your dancing, your acting skills. Yes, yes, yes. But have you lost yourself within the moment? That's what that teacher in the Black Swan movie said. I've never seen you lose yourself. Sometimes technique is not always about control. It's about letting go. And when you're doing your podcast, you're interviewing people, you are letting go. You are opening portals to something that's deep within us as an artist to where this is how we actually feel. And like you said, I might say hello to you. I like your stuff. I share your stuff. But can we actually sit down and actually talk? Like, and sometimes, like there was one time where I was talking to Morjay one time, and then he sensed me. He was like, "What's wrong?" And I started crying. Because sometimes that one little question can pierce you because finally somebody saw me. They don't see the social media me. They see me. Like, what's wrong? And we talked for a while, to where like artists, we need to sit down. People who you love the most within the artistry. We have to sit down and talk to each other. Like, what's wrong? Are you happy? You know what I mean? Like,
You're making so much sense.
because sometimes when you go through life, you have to understand that when you embark on this journey, you have to let people see you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, because I'm an empath, I can tell you're putting on a facade. You're not happy.
Mm-hmm.
You're tired.
Mm-hmm.
You're depressed. You're all these things. Why can't you just talk to me? Like, I'm your brother in this artistry, in this genre. I'm your brother. I'm not trying to compete with you. I'm too old and I'm too tired for that shit.
Right?
I'm way too tired.
Right.
I'm like, if you think you're trying to get ahead, baby, do you? Do you?
Right.
Instead of just coming to me saying like, hey, can you do a collaboration? I'll teach you. Wholeheartedly, yes. Because artists, we need to understand that sometimes the world is against us. But to get out of their reality, they come and see us on stage. They come to the movie theaters. They come and listen to the podcasts. They come to see us. but low-key, y'all don't give a damn about us.
We're their escape.
Yes. And you don't appreciate the escape into our world.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when those 3 hours of the show, you're in my world.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do that curtain call, you're back to your normal self.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that's what we artists do. We're artists, we're struggling, the grind, the but sometimes we treat ourselves and we watch ourselves on stage. We go to Broadway, we go to the movie theaters. That's our refuel. We do that because we have to refuel. We're like cars. We drive, we grind till the wheels fucking fall off. But when we're low on gas, we need something that will refuel us to rejuvenate ourselves. Like, okay, I had a moment. And people will leave us because we had that one moment that was not our character. But sometimes we had a moment of weakness to where we are human and you thought that I was just this, but this is really me, and you couldn't handle it. Especially me, because I'm a Scorpio. I'm more intense. You just left me. And sometimes when we artists have a moment, we have to build each other back up. Everybody who's watching this, it's like we have to refuel each other. It's not always about competition. Yes, there's stuff out there we have to compete to get the part in this and this and that and that. But damn it. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you.
There you go.
This is not your time. Maybe there's something bigger out there for you. Maybe you're not meant to get this supporting role. There's a lead role right there with your damn name on it, to where your name is in the marquee. You're on the front of Vogue. You're a principal dancer on Broadway. Sometimes we go for certain things that is not our opportunity. But that's the curse of being one of us, because we have to know. We have to find out. Like one of my greatest musicals, Wicked. Elphaba said, until I try, I'll never know. We have to try. And what is meant for us, it is. If not, I learn how to respect the loss. Don't be I'm not going to say loser, but the person who did not get the part.
Don't be a sore loser. You're right. Don't be a sore loser. You're right. Don't be a sore loser.
Yeah. Don't take it to heart. It wasn't meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
It was not meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
And people need to understand that not all opportunities are yours.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you're good, that does not mean that you're going to get every goddamn thing you want. And people have quit. People have lost it. People have committed suicide. People have just went into a dark hole and never came out because that one opportunity that they thought that they were the part, they didn't get. They totally ridiculed themselves and just wallowed in their own misery. I'm like, baby, no. There have been plenty of roles that I wanted, that I knew I could have done backwards. But it's the logistics and the status.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Mm-hmm. And that's the sorrowful thing about this world now. It's always based off of how many followers you have, how many likes you have, your platform of all these people. But you can be the worst at it. You do stupid shit on TikTok and people see you and you get a little part on a little TV show. It's stressful. It's not throwing shade. It's just being real. I don't watch the shows anyway. So I'm like, okay, congratulations. But that's just a phase sometimes. And people want to think that they're so called famous, but that's a phase
Yeah.
because we're not going to be young forever. We're not going to be handsome or pretty forever. We may be, but we will look older.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm almost going on 40.
Mm-hmm.
I know there are models out there who are younger than me. I know fashion shows nowadays pertain to younger models. There are some who do appreciate seasoned models, but I know I'm not one of them. That's why when you know, you have to create your own lane. You have to create your own. Because sometimes being a part of a world where you just have to say yes to every damn thing, that's not going to work. You have to be able to think for yourself, like you said, because 98% of my Instagram I created with God's help and people who have supported me along the way. And I'm totally grateful for everybody who have done that for me because they see the light. That's what everybody see you. They crave more interviews. They crave your light. They crave your style, your fashion, your glamorous outcome on what an art is supposed to be, but knowing that we're still human. We lure people in to where like we are human, but damn it, we are fucking magic. We have our moments,
This
but we are magic.
this is different. This is an open letter to the artist. That's what we've created today. This is an open letter to all of us. And get it, it's not just the young, it's to everyone.
Yeah.
Literally have opened a portal. And the things that are coming through the portal right now, oh, beautiful, rejuvenating things. I am so touched, moved, and inspired by what you have said because you don't get this kind of enlightenment getting a career out of a cereal box. You get this kind of enlightenment after many, many years of weathering the storm.
Yes.
And I thank you so much for this open letter because it's crazy. Our hour flew by. We into an hour and a half. I'm like, oh my God. But no, I let you go because you were fueling me. You were fueling me. I was like, wow. Like, I'm not even going to that, but there are a lot of artists today that don't have half of what you got. Don't have it. And call me a romantic. I'm a Libra. I try not to romanticize things, but I believe that the fads are going to die out and that the world is going to need and crave more substance. And they're going to look for people like you and I because we're legacy artists, lifetime artists, artists that literally grew and got better year after year after year, decade after decade.
Yes, we are not one hit wonders,
Mm, mm, mm,
you
mm.
know,
Thank,
because
thank you.
it's just, yeah, and you're fueling me as well because this was the right moment to where I actually spoke.
Mhm,
Because for the past few days, I've been feeling numb
mhm.
because I had to quit one of my security jobs and all that stuff because they weren't giving me no work. And I'm like, I need more.
It's coming.
I'm Ariel, baby. I want more.
It's coming.
You know,
It's coming.
I want the land and sea, baby.
Yeah, it's coming.
You know, I want to have, I want to have the glamour. I want to have the money, the fame. I want to have all of that, but in the substance of me,
Yeah,
I'm still going to be me.
yeah.
And then once I help people along the way, and that's what I want to do now.
Yeah.
Because all the stuff that I've learned, all the stuff that I've experienced throughout the years, I'm forming into a teacher.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you've had experience, it's okay to shine your light on other people who are up and coming. Like, this is your personal college. This is your university.
Yep.
And people who don't know what they're doing, come to me.
And I want to add to that because I do that too as a mentor. And you deserve to be paid for what you know.
Exactly.
You're not
And that's the thing about,
obligated to give this away for free.
and that's the thing about this world now. They don't want to pay us.
Mm-hmm.
They want everything for free. They want our magic, but they don't want to pay for it. And there are sometimes where I still got to pay people. Because, yes, of course, everybody's got to eat.
Yeah.
But I say this, when it's my project, I don't mind investing.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I don't mind investing within myself to make it happen. But if there's a project and you need me, here's my fee.
Yeah. You
If
know
you
what?
can't afford me, go to somebody else.
Yep. And be okay with them going to someone else. And
Yeah. I'd be totally content. Like, don't get upset.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for a day, that's $500.
Mm-hmm.
For a collaboration,
Mm-hmm.
if still for a whole day, that's
Mm-hmm.
$500.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't pay that, sorry.
Yeah. Season 1. Because I want to do this with you. I'm going to do both. I usually I tell people what season 1 was, and then I do my season 2. Season 1, I did give me 3 words that inspire and empower you. I want you to give me 3 words, and then I'll give you the second half. That inspire and empower you.
Faith, resilience, and loyalty.
Now, season 2, it's make a wish. But it's not really a wish when you charge the atmosphere for it to return to you and not return void. If you could wish for something in your life that you would be willing to work for, work toward, what would that be?
I just wish that when my time does come, by God, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. You did so good today. You did so good. Hold on, don't go away. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard an open letter to the artist from Mr. Michael Knowles. And I want all of us to remember what he said. Let his words last in our hearts and minds, because artists are important and supporting each other is important. And what he said today was earnest and real and raw. And it takes the cake. So please tell everyone where they can follow you on social media.
On my Facebook, it's Michael Knowles, and on Instagram is @Knowles782.
Thank you so much. Don't go away. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Knowles. Did you enjoy? Was the conversation everything you thought it would be? It was for me. I love catching up with my friends. It was absolutely amazing. So if you thought it was amazing, please continue to watch, comment, like, and share. And most of all, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you, and I do this for you. Good, wholesome content about self-love, self-confidence, and self-healing. The Queen of Shade loves you all. Remember my name, the Queen of Shade. Mwah.
I wish you could have more of me. get you, boy. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get you, boy.
Hey, Queen of Shade here. Make sure you check out all of the music that you heard in this episode. Right now, streaming on all platforms. How do you find it? Simply place in my name, the Queen of Shade, wherever you stream your music, and let the music listening begin.
Please subscribe to the Queen of Shades YouTube today for over 1,000 original videos created by the Queen herself. Subscribe today.
Don't worry, I'm a professional.